We've been in drought here in Colorado, fall 2025, winter 2026, into spring. All my ponds and this spring are dried up, but this dry weather does allow me an opportunity to clean things out and dig deeper, mine for that groundwater.
I started digging down here about 9 years ago. My daughter used to walk her pigs down here from the garden. Southeast Colorado is an extreme environment. We can get big rains, these ponds can fill up overnight, but right now we're in a drought. Nine years of pond muck adds up. I'm digging about 12 inches of organic material out of the ditch. Look at that black, rich, organic material. Good stuff. Digging all this muck will allow this pond to hold more water. I'm going back down to the hard clay layer. This little pond and spring are part of a larger project, a permaculture system I'm working on. 15 ponds so far, in series, one after the other, but in my lifetime, I'll dig many, many more. I developed this little spring or seep with a hand pump. When charged up, water flows through the ground. Here's what I call the garden pond, a large pond just above the spring. This is what things look like in better times. All droughts eventually end. I hope to make a video with all the ponds full. But here's something I can't show you when the ponds are full. Here's a drain, and this is a valve. There's an underground pipe buried in this dam. I built this just for fun, aesthetics. I call it ranchscaping. When the garden pond is full, I can open that valve and let water pour out of this rock wall. Here's the outflow pipe, and who doesn't love the sound of running water? Hopefully I can hear that again soon. And this rock wall was part of my spring development project. I've got a video on that. You can watch it here. Just click on this link.
It's been 2 days since I dredged out the muck from this spring pond. Now I'm just using a rake to get all the loose material, get it out of here, get down to a nice hard surface. That little bit of groundwater I hit is already dried up. Let's get to it.
Now's my chance to give this spring pond a really good cleaning. This material will be rich in nutrients and minerals, fertilizer. Hopefully rains will wash it down on the flats. Eventually I can grow cottonwood trees here. That's looking good. Back to that hard pan clay. This geologic layer is called the Blue Hills clay or Blue Hills shale. Looks like rock, but this material crushes into a nice clay. On top of the clay layer are flood gravels. You can see the boundary line here. After 2 or 3 good floods in the arroyo, the groundwater battery charges up and water flows through the gravels on top of the clay. There's still a wet spot just over here, and here's the shallow well. Still water in the well, but it's low. Tapped by a windmill. The windmill pumps water to a storage tank on top of the hill, and that irrigates my garden.
Water level's really getting low in this shallow well. Hope I don't run out of water for my garden. But sometimes the water can be this deep.
An old air motor windmill pumping water to irrigate a garden. That's where this channel gets its name.
That's about halfway. About half the pond is cleaned out. I'm tired. Let's go upstream and look at the other ponds. They're all dried up too.
This is about a half-mile upstream in the arroyo. The soils are different up here. Limestone gravels on top of deep limestone beds. Here's what this pond looks like full. Up over the dam and onto the next pond. I'm trying to build these ponds close. I want to take energy out of the floods. I like to think about it like stair steps. Stair-step ponds. Floodwaters will slow and lose energy, and then once they fill one pond, they'll get stuck filling another one. Another way to think about this system is like beaver dams in the desert. Beavers build lots of dams, close together and one after the other. This helps to slow and soak water into the ground. In the summer, we can get very hot temperatures, over 100 degrees, so underground is a good place to store water. It won't evaporate. These limestone gravel beds are not going to hold ponds. The water is going to soak into the ground. Here's a spot for a future pond. All the water that these upper ponds catch is going to soak in and flow underground. I hope it shows up down by the garden. This cliff is a good example of the deep limestone beds. You can see how water would percolate through that until it hit the clay deep below. Another spot for a future dam. I've got a lot of work to do here. I want to raise this dam another 7 or 8 feet. Out the spillway and down the arroyo. A few more ponds to check out. Pond number 6. This one's long and catches a lot of water. And here we are at pond number 7. This is where I spent my time digging last winter. I use all this gravel on ranch roads and for other projects. It might not show up on camera very well, but this dam's about 8 feet tall. Quite a bit of space for new ponds before I hit the road. We'll cross the road, and there's something down here I'd like to show you. We've dropped in elevation. Below that deep layer of limestone, here's sandstone, and this is clay. These soils seal and hold water much better. Pond number 8 is an old pond, dug by the old timers with a drag line. Here's another old pond, and this one's deep. It usually never goes dry. Did some work here last winter too. Pond number 10. I'd like to eventually make this dam much higher also. Now we're getting back down close to the garden. You can see our haystacks and buildings in the background. Pond number 11 in the system. Here's pond number 12. We'll cross the road. We're almost back to the garden. Here's some riprap. This was placed here to stop erosion. And even during this drought, there's still some wet spots. There's one now. Some big plains cottonwood trees. These trees have been helped so much by these ponds. I hope to have many, many cottonwoods and willows down here. A little oasis in the desert prairie. Pond number 13, one of the biggest, and my favorite, the garden pond. Here's what this pond looks like after a big flood. A beautiful sight. I call this little area the wetlands. It's always a little wet and green. And over the spillway brings us back to the lower end of the spring pond. A couple of rock walls cemented into the ground. I hope they create little waterfalls. More ranchscaping. And we are back to where this video began. I guess that means I'll get back to work.
Well, that's it. Pray for rain, and I'll see you next time at the Windmill Garden.